Welcome to another short video for Work the Left Side. So, just wanted to make this to talk about this week's AEW. Awesome episode, awesome show. As my kid would say, better get its meds because this episode was sick. So, yeah, sorry about that. It was awesome, thoroughly enjoyed it, and wanted to do another quick video. Again, sole purpose, get me used to being back in front of the camera, stop me from fidgeting as much. For some reason on Fight, it started halfway through the Darby Allin Brody King coffin match, so I haven't seen all of that match. Brody King was already bust open by the time I started watching it. But from what I saw, that match, awesome. Popped huge. Buddy Murphy's back. Obviously, Aleister Black got involved. You got Sting turning up. Nice little stare off between Black and Sting. It's a match I never thought I needed to see, but I'd definitely be up for that. And thinking maybe we will get Brody King and Buddy Murphy against Darby and Sting at the next pay-per-view. So yeah, that'd be pretty cool. I'll buy that for $1. I'd buy it for $20. So that's awesome start to Dynamite. So, you know, again, I've said it before, Dynamite have got a history of the first matches on the show are just absolute bangers. So yeah, another one ticked off. Thoroughly enjoyed it. Awesome match. Next up, I actually made a list, so give me a second. And after that, it was the Moxley promo. Obviously building up the main event, Moxley versus Jericho 2. And not gonna lie, I laughed when Moxley referred to the belt as the FYI title. Obviously having a pop at everybody calling it the interim. So fuck your interim title. So yeah, it's like Moxley promos, you know what to expect. The dude can cut a promo, and yeah, it ticked all the boxes. Then we got a Jericho Lionheart promo, and again, dude knows what he's doing. Enough said, don't really need to focus on it. I was looking forward to the match anyway, so promo not needed to sell me on the match. And then it was the Tornado Tag, Lucha Bros versus Andrade and Roche. The bossy of Roche, the dude's just awesome, absolutely loving him. As a result of this, I'm gonna have to go on the internet and find his Ring of Honor title reign, because yeah, the dude's just money. Everybody knows what Andrade can do, but there's probably Roche taking a lot of people by surprise, and this match was awesome. Lucha Bros, one of the best tag teams in the world, smashing it as usual. Phoenix flying around all over the shop, and it was highly enjoyable, we shall say. Sorry, I'm watching the Jericho Moxley match again as I make this, so you see me catching off camera. I'm just seeing what's going on, and but yeah, we'll get to that when I get to obviously to the end of the episode. But yeah, highly recommend watching the Lucha Bros Andrade Roche match. It was absolutely banging, so go watch it. And we're 2 for 2 on awesome matches so far this episode. Very good episode. There was one match that I didn't really enjoy, but we'll get to that when we get to it, and I'll tell you why I didn't enjoy it. So after that match, we got the Young Bucks segment. Obviously approaching Hangman Adam Page, apologising for just basically being massive cunts for the last couple of years, and asking if Page wants to be the trio partner. Declines. Obviously wants to be in the corner of the Dark Order. Ties in really good and leaves the door open for some fantasy booking, which if you've watched the previous videos, you know I love that shit. So here goes. If you clicked on this video, you will have seen Omega and Ospreay on the actual, obviously on the thumbnail. They're not in the episode of Dynamite, so you know there's no spoiler there. The reason I put them there was for what I'm about to say. Apparently Ospreay started using the one-winged angel and put in a t-shirt, basically having a bit of a pop at Omega, which has resulted in Omega actually issuing Ospreay with a cease and desist, I believe, from what I read on the internet. So yeah, those two guys are butting heads, I would sort of say, in real life at the minute. And as we know, wrestling has a very good history of real life imitating, or the arts intimidating, the arts imitating real life. So, and I noticed that Will Ospreay and Aussie Open were in the graphics for the trio titles tournament, so obviously they're in it, and I believe they're on the opposite side of the groups to Young Bucks and Question Mark. So in my head we are going to have Kenny Omega making his return, although I don't think it was meant to be until October, so I might be wrong. It might just be me, you know, wishful thinking, but I'm thinking Bucks and Omega enter the trios title, obviously Ospreay and Open meet in the final, and that's going to be your final at the pay-per-view. You will have Will Ospreay and Aussie Open versus the Young Bucks and Kenny Omega. Again, fantasy booking on my part, you know, I'm maybe raising my expectations, but that being said, I won't be disappointed whoever the Bucks' partner is going to be. That's just in my head. I want it to be Omega. If it's not, understandable. It's not their fault. I've built it up in my own head. So, but yeah, that to me would make perfect sense, and it would be fucking awesome. I'm not going to lie to you. Potentially two of the best wrestlers in the world, arguably at the minute, or over the last couple of years, Omega and Ospreay, meeting in an AEW ring. That's just money. There's no doubt, and that's obviously just a trios thing. You know, that would eventually lead to a one-on-one match, which again, you know, they're just printing money with this kind of shit. So yeah, good job, and we'll see what happens. And next up, it was the Luchasaurus match. I say it was a match. It was just obviously more of a setup for Christian to cut a promo backstage and Jungle Boy to go dashing back and try and attack him. Same sort of stuff we've had over the last couple of weeks. It's obviously building up to the pay-per-view. I think it'll be a good match. You know, Jungle Boy's come on leaps and bounds over the last couple of years. Definitely, why he's classed as one of the four pillars. It'll be an awesome match, and Christian will be a massive scalp for him at the pay-per-view. So it was neither here nor there. It is what it is. It does its job. It ticks the boxes. It keeps the rivalry moving forward for the sake of the pay-per-view. So yeah, and that was it really on that part. So P.S. I am very happy Luchasaurus is absolutely fucking kicking ass at the minute. He's my daughter's favourite, and I've kind of enjoyed him since he's turned up. It's different, you know. The dude looks awesome as well. He's fucking huge. The dude can move. He's prone to a mistake here or there, but you know what I mean. He might be a dinosaur, but he's human as well. So you know, we let it slide. And after that, we got a Miro promo again. I'm missing seeing that guy in the ring. I just want to see Miro back in the ring. I know there's people out there missing like Omega and a few other people that have been injured, but get Miro back in the ring for me, man. The dude is absolutely awesome. This is the best version of Rusev stroke Miro we've ever seen. This whole Redeemer character, man, he's nailing it. He knows the character, he's embracing it, and he's giving it 100%. So yeah, obviously that's going to be another pay-per-view match. And again, Miro versus Aleister Black. Save my money now. I can't fault that. That is definitely a match I want to see. And if they can keep it just to one-on-one, Miro versus Black, you're talking potentially a show stealer for me. For me personally, Black's that good, and Miro is that good. The difference between the guys, the style, it'll work really really well, in my opinion anyway. So I'm looking forward to that one. And then we got the Sanjay Dutt, the big guy, I can't remember his name, and the one in a million, and Jay Lethal coming out challenging Wardlow to the TNT title. I think it's next week. Wardlow comes out, FTR have his back, and always good to see FTR. Probably the best tag team in the world right now. Very strong argument. If you don't agree, tell me who you think is the best tag team in the world right now, and we can discuss. And but yeah, that's again, it is what it is. Wardlow obviously getting the push. He's their big boy. He's like probably classing him as a homegrown talent, and they'll keep pushing him, and Lethal will make him look awesome in the ring. Lethal is that good. Wardlow will be protected and look like an absolute boss, which is something that didn't happen in a match that I'll get to in a second for somebody else, in my opinion. So after that segment, we got back to some in-ring action. We got Ricky Starks versus Aaron Solo as part of the Factory. Don't know much about Solo, obviously playing up the fact that him and Starks used to be tag team partners. So Solo is the Jannetty, and Starks is obviously the Shawn Michaels. Starks is awesome. Delivered again. It's quite a quick match, but Starks got his pieces in, and just, yeah, if you're a fan of Starks, you'll love the match. The dude just ticks all the boxes for me. I've been a big fan. I've said it before, I enjoyed seeing him in NWA Power back in the day, a few years ago before he came to AEW, and he's ticking all the boxes for me now. And my only issue is with myself is that I made a joke ages ago that Starks is, if you ordered The Rock from Wish, you get Starks. Said in jest, obviously, like I just said, but Starks is awesome. It's not meant as it was meant as a bit of an insult, but now I've said it, I can't get it out of my head. So every time I see Starks, he's just The Rock from Wish. So, but yeah, that being said, big fan, and said in jest, no offense to Ricky Starks. After that, I believe it was the match that I didn't enjoy. It was Madison Rayne versus Jade Cargill, and yeah, for me this was a playback. The only thing I can compare it to as to what I think they wanted it to be was the William Regal versus Goldberg match from back in the 90s, where they kind of wanted Regal to make Goldberg look like he could do more than just destroy people in 2 or 3 minutes, like he could actually wrestle a match. And I think that was probably Madison's task here, was to help elevate Jade into a actual competitor and to have an actual match. For me, it didn't work. Jade's awesome, she's a star, she looks fucking $1 million, £1 million. I can see why they put the title on her. She's got a bright future, she looks like a star. And but I would say keep her just going through people in 2 or 3 minutes for the foreseeable until she gets a bit more practice in. Because yeah, it was just, did not enjoy it. I don't know if it's Madison. I mean, Madison Rayne's got a lot of experience. She's been around for a long time. Obviously, remember her back in the Beautiful People, back in Impact. But I think if you're going to get somebody to get Jade to a good match, it's got to be someone like Serena Deep. But yeah, that's is what it is. Jade Cargill, bright future. Just have her keep smashing people at the minute, because she's not there yet. She's not at the level where she can have a 10-15 minute match for me. And I believe then it got to the main event. It was time for Moxley versus Jericho 2. It is what it is. It was what you expect. Two guys, still very good at what they do. Moxley's obviously at his peak right now. Jericho, 49.50, still delivering. I mean, what this guy does, that match he had against Kingston a few weeks ago, doesn't need to do this kind of sort of stuff. He's got his name. He's made his money, and he's still going for it. I did pop though for the Lionheart aspect of it, the callback to the Jericho from the mid-90s and ECW and WCW Jericho, the lone survivor of the Heart Dungeon. He came out with his Lionheart gear on. He had the music, he just had the mannerisms. The dude's just awesome. And yes, they have a quality match. And Moxley's ear bleeds like a motherfucker. I couldn't think that just pulling out someone's earring could just cause it to bleed that much. It's ridiculous. So yeah, awesome match. Lots of bloodshed in it. Jericho starts off just doing hip tosses, arm drags. Totally fucks Moxley off. It's just a nice little playback to how Jericho used to wrestle, back in the day. But the big news is obviously after the match, JAS come down, BCC come down, which seems to have happened a million times now. Massive brawl, and then all of a sudden you get Cult of Personalities kicking in over the loudspeakers. Punk comes running down, smashes through, all of the JAS, and dude looks good. Dude's in shape still. There's one bit when he's hopping around on his bad foot, just to show that it's all sort of healed. In my head, I expected him to do the worm. He looked just like Scotty Hottie when he used to bounce around before hitting the worm. So I was slightly disappointed we didn't get to see the worm. And then we get the inevitable face-off between Jericho and Moxley. And yeah, obviously Punk's ready, Punk's back. That's the pay-per-view. That's going to be the unification match between Punk and Moxley at the next pay-per-view. And yeah, man, calling me excited. That's just another match, that's I'm looking forward to seeing. So, with the exception of the Jade Cargill match, absolute awesome, banging episode of Dynamite. Highly recommend going and watch it if you haven't watched it. If you're on the fence about watching it, if you're in the UK, obviously you've got ITV4. Give it a watch tomorrow night when it turns up on ITV4 at 10 o'clock. Yeah, if not, just go on YouTube, watch the highlights, just see stuff. Just the intensity in the main event was awesome. And yeah, AEW smashed it again. And this is probably going to be the last or second to last short video I do before we start making proper videos again. So yeah, thank you for watching. If you've made it this far, generic closing comments, click like, hit subscribe, share the posts, say hi, hit us up on Twitter, hit us up on Facebook. It's WTLS 420 on Twitter, and just search for Work the Left Side on Facebook, and we've got a group on there. And yeah, thank you so much, and I'm out.